So Paul Heyman was on Ariel Helwani this week, and we have a lot to dive into. Heyman began by saying he is happy that Brock Lesnar is back in WWE.
Everything in life is met with criticism. I don't pay attention to that.
Is the criticism fair?
Nah, I don't pay attention to it. He's here. See, that's a reality of the fact. He's here. And if you were in MetLife Stadium on Sunday, you would understand that return meant a lot to that audience. That audience was jacked to see Brock Lesnar come out and to see him F5 John Cena. Nobody left MetLife Stadium going, oh God, they brought back Brock. People were just going nuts. Obviously, the decision was made. It's time to bring back Brock Lesnar. Whatever that decision is based on, I respect it. If they're critics of it, get over it. He's here. And he's gonna be here. And you ain't gonna be able to cancel him. And I'm happy to have him back because the audience is happy to have him back. If we brought him back and the audience rebelled against it, I wouldn't be happy to have him back. I'd be like, oh man, this doesn't work.
And I know Heyman doesn't care what people think of him, cool, good for you, but at many points he came across so poorly in this interview. Saying you, quote, respect the decision to bring back someone in the middle of a sex trafficking lawsuit and to get over it is so childish. It completely dismisses Janel Grant or anyone else affected by not just Brock's involvement in the case, but Vince's too. Also, to say when posed with the question of the sex trafficking allegations, oh, I don't pay attention to that, he's here, is so trashy. And I'm so tired of people just shrugging it off like everyone who isn't happy that Brock is back is just a hater. This isn't about just disliking Brock Lesnar. It's not as if we're just like, oh, we hate Brock Lesnar. We just hate him. If this wasn't Brock Lesnar or Vince McMahon who was involved in this situation, you would not be considered a hater for not liking a sexual predator or his friend who is involved in said case. This isn't just a, oh, trolls will be trolls. This is a woman's life in the middle of this. And you know, Paul or anyone else dismissing this or trying to sweep it under the rug, if one of your daughters or a woman in your life were in Janel's or any other victim of SA's shoes, after this, I would genuinely hope that you were fine to just continue going ahead and saying, oh, well, just get over it. You were fine with everyone else saying, oh, just get over it. In a completely different realm, in the same interview, he also compared the support behind Karrion Kross to that of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Tremendous performer, and what an act he has with Scarlett. I mean, they are great together.
Should he be getting more opportunities? Should he be...
How do you know? Well, let me ask you this. If he were getting great opportunities, if he were the Intercontinental Champion or the U.S. Champion right now, would he have this level of support from the crowd?
No, they love to get behind, Kofi, Daniel Bryan, they love to get behind someone, the underdog, so to speak.
So it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
All right.
Yeah. It's organic. It reminds me of someone else, by the way, that was in WWE, that the audience felt, this is our guy. We're going to demand that you make him a bigger star. That guy's name was Steve Austin. Daniel Bryan, too.
CM Punk as well.
My God, yes.
I thought that's actually what you were going to say.
Yeah, but yes, CM Punk. But yeah, point taken as well. I concede that point to you.
Look, my opinion on Karrion has done a complete 180 since April, but I don't know about comparing him to Stone Cold. That's probably definitely an exaggeration. You're setting him up for all the online fans to slander him even more here. But speaking of Karrion Kross, Dave Meltzer had the following to say about him. So Karrion Kross has reportedly been offered a new contract by WWE. Dave said, quote, I was told the story about him not being signed to a contract. I heard that is legit, but that he did get an offer. Maybe when the story that he didn't get an offer was written, it was accurate, but I was told he's gotten an offer and I don't expect him going anywhere. It's almost like the way this whole thing went down. I was thinking this is like the R-Truth thing was a shoot and it did so well that it's like, maybe we can work everyone with another R-Truth story. They're gonna work and work and work because they think that's the deal. The surprise. People got mad at me for even suggesting this, but the amount of distrust that will be there 6 months from now is gonna be pretty damn high. guy. And in all honesty, I feel like doing this is a lot less distrust being created in the audience than what they did with Seth Rollins. I wouldn't mind them doing one of these situations, but also, Dave, a whole lot of maybe, but I heard that's possibly, but regardless, let's take his word with a grain of salt and indulge for a second. If they do run this kind of story, I hope it is done right, because when they did it with Punk, he came back way too soon. When they did the similar thing with Ron Killings, they slowed down his momentum so much since that initial return. So it can be done right, and if it is done right, then I'm in. But regardless, I'm still kind of on the side where, you know, wherever Karrion goes, I'm gonna follow his career now because I am legitimately a fan again. If he wants to leave the company and that is how it goes, that's fine. If he stays in the company and they actually have a path for him, then that's also something I'd be interested to see how it develops. In addition, on ESPN, Cody Rhodes said Brock Lesnar fits right in with the direction WWE is currently going in.
Brock, somebody who's an NCAA champion, UFC heavyweight champion. He fits right in with the direction that WWE is going in terms of sport, meeting entertainment.
Heyman also revealed that at some point Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes 3 was discussed for WrestleMania this year.
Listen, we also discussed at some point, do we do Roman versus Cody 3? Do they main event a third WrestleMania in a row?
Which doesn't entirely surprise me, because why not go for the trilogy? Especially with Roman Reigns chasing the title this time, it could have been compelling, but equally Cena's final Mania meant it was always going to be his spot, and sadly Travis Scott's spot as well. Additionally, Paul Heyman clarified his role on WWE Creative during this interview.
Long-term meetings, I'm in.
Okay.
So when we start talking about next year's WrestleMania, or the year after WrestleMania, or the year after that's WrestleMania, or next year's Royal Rumble, or Elimination Chamber, or this year's Survivor Series, when we start planning things out, I go to those meetings.
Okay.
I don't, I'm not exposed to the weekly grind like the other writers who deserve a ton of credit. They're exposed to that weekly grind. I'm not exposed to that.
You don't want that?
No.
Okay.
No.
And hey, he's not wrong. Being a writer for WWE does seem so stressful, especially back in the day. It's no wonder the turnaround rate had so many people coming and going. Writing that much television every week for multiple different shows, I'm sure at times, is a stressful task. That's why with certain stories, sometimes I try to give WWE the benefit of the doubt with certain booking decisions, but other times it's blatantly obvious that they're just being stupid. Then, in Roman Reigns news, Street Fighter does not begin production until September, and Roman Reigns is slated to work for 4 weeks on the set starting on September 2nd. As long as the production runs on time, Reigns would finish his commitments the week of September 26th. There's still some time for Reigns to make additional appearances if WWE Creative dictates before he's needed for filming. Cody Rhodes, on the other hand, is not expected to be on set as long as Reigns. So it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility for Roman Reigns to be at Clash in Paris. He is advertised for the August 18th episode of Raw in Philadelphia. Despite earlier thoughts of Bronson Reed and co writing him out, we may just get a blow off to this feud sooner rather than later. Although, if I had to guess, this will more than likely blow off at the Survivor Series in San Diego. Then, also on ESPN, Triple H says that WWE PLEs on ESPN beginning in 2026 are going to be bigger and more of a spectacle than they've ever been before.
And it's what we like to think we do better than anybody else on the planet. So this is the perfect marriage. When we get together, things like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble are going to be bigger than ever. They're going to be more of a spectacle than they've ever been before. We're going to light the world on fire.
Which, I feel like he says that about every Raw, every PLE, every SmackDown. He's just trying to gas it up. But given how much money they're bringing in, I expect Cody to have pyro every time he hits a crossroads. Jey Uso finna have fire coming out of the roof every time he eats. Then, Logan Paul has asked to be a part of WWE's upcoming tour of Japan.
I'm so down.
We have a 16-day tour in August.
I know. I said to Triple H, I said book me for the Japan trip.
Oh, that would be fun.
So much
Japan
fun.
is so fun.
Yeah, it's so great.
Yeah. Have you gone to Australia?
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, you were there.
Where? Australia?
Yeah, for Elimination Chamber?
Yeah.
2 years ago. Why are we laughing?
Well, it's just I don't know. Did you check? Are you sure he can go to on the Japan leg or no?
What?
Yeah, no.
Oh, I do know about Japan.
Oh.
Sorry, it's too soon. No?
I
Too
think
late?
it'll always be.
Look.
Genuinely, I would be shocked if he's allowed to go back after the whole incident last decade. Then, via Mike Johnson at PW Insider, Austin Theory was removed from WWE's roster yesterday, causing a mild panic. WWE sources have confirmed Austin Theory has been removed from the company's active roster internally. There's been references made to Theory being injured on WWE programming, but the nature of the issue is not currently known. I don't think he's being released or anything, or at least I pray not. I think this is just something they do when people get injured. Then, the Judgment Day called out Mr. Iguana, Lola Vice, and Nino Hamburguesa for Treble AR Triple Mania.
Hey, ¿cómo estás, sucio? ¿Todo bien?
Todo bien, pero tengo estos dos imbéciles que me siguen correteando y preguntándome de cosas por mi campeonato y la verdad, creo que ocupo ayuda. Y se llaman Mr. Iguana y el tal niño hot dog o niño hamburguesa. Pero creo que los necesito, ¿qué tal? ¿Sí me ayudan?
Sí, vámonos.
¿Sí?
Sí,
Estamos aquí
Están hablando de los luchadores de AAA. ¿Sabes qué me molesta más? Lola Vice.
Sí.
Ella solamente está en AAA para mover su culo con la esperanza que le va a hacer una superestrella. ¿Quién se crea?
Sí.
Yo tengo una idea. ¿Por qué no hacemos un combate? 3 contra 3.
Muy
¿Uno, dos,
bien.
tres?
¿Está gustando?
Muy bien.
¿Por
¿Sí?
qué no?
Sí.
Entonces, ¿todos vamos a AAA?
Sí,
Vamos a Triple
todos.
Manía.
Vámonos. Sí.
Vámonos.
Triple Manía, vámonos.
A México, a Triple Manía, porque yo voy a ser su nuevo mega campeón, el sucio Dirty Dom.
I honestly can't wait to see more Dirty Dom in Treble AR personally. Then, Gunther discussed his accolades and achievements in pro wrestling, saying he doesn't want to stress about them.
For me personally, like wrestling accolades, they're like in our bubble, they're like a good achievement. But when I'm outside of that, it's not really I don't know, I don't want to put stress on my life for that. Like, it was like before WrestleMania was that whole deal where it's like, is it going to be the main event with Jay or stuff like that? And you catch yourself a little bit where you go like, oh yeah, it should be. Like, oh, it's for the title. But then you kick out of it and go like, you know what? At the end of the day, if I look my son in the face and I tell him, son, I main evented WrestleMania, like he's not going to give a F about it. You know what I mean? Like, so you got to put things into perspective a little bit sometimes.
It's tough with Gunther because I feel like I can slowly see his passion for this great sport legit slipping away. And honestly, after WrestleMania, I can kinda get it. He's forever plagued with the "you tapped out." Then, in fun news, we got the Sweet Chin music in FC 26 before GTA 6. For those of you that know DDJ lore, you know that this used to be a FIFA channel and I have now not played FIFA in a very long time, but I think this is pretty cool. Then, we have a partial update on yesterday's reports about the heat between Mike Bailey and MVP.
Fuck you, Steve Ball. Well, fuck you too, MVP. Hey, tell him. Fuck you, Steve Ball. Fuck you, Steve Ball. Well, fuck you guys too.
Well, I guess that answers that. I guess this is their way of saying either don't believe everything you hear on the internet or they squash the beef.